Did you know that some people still use ladders in Minecraft? What's wrong with these people? Who wants to build a slime block, honey block elevator? So this build depends on how high you want your elevator to be, because it can be pretty much any height you can make it. But for the elevator itself, you'll need 12 blocks, along with more blocks just for building stuff around. For the flying machines, you'll need 6 sticky pistons. In total for the whole thing, you'll need at least 7 observers. And then for the flying machine, you'll need 10 slime blocks and 14 honey, or 14 slime and 10 honey, either way. You'll need 6 blocks that can stop pistons. In the video, I'll use obsidian, but furnaces or something like that works pretty well. For the redstone, you'll need 2 buttons, 2 redstone repeaters, and then a bunch of torches and dust, depending again on how high you build your thing. And you also need normal pistons and observers, depending on how high you build your thing. So let's get some piston stopping blocks like obsidian or furnaces. I'm going to use obsidian so I don't have to deal with crouching and stuff. And we're going to put 3 redstone dust in front of them. And then on top of the center redstone dust, or I guess it doesn't really matter, you can do whichever one, you want to build up to where you want the elevator to stop. I'll go like there, and you want this to be the same 3 blocks wide as down there. I'm gonna break all these first. There we go. So now we're gonna build our center flying machine. You want an observer like this with the sticky piston on top, and then 2 honey blocks on the back, like this. And then you're gonna build the same thing reversed with slime blocks on the top. So observer and sticky piston. There you go. And now this piston is pushing 4 blocks, and it can push a total of 12. So let's go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And here's the center pod for the elevator. So you'll see if we activate this, it flies all the way up there. And you could stand in there if you wanted to. And you'll see the observer stopped here. So we're going to build like this. And we're going to put pistons on top of all 3 of these. And then you can break these blocks if you want. And I'm going to put blocks like this with some redstone dust, and you'll see if I turn this on, it'll fly back down. So let's make the walls now. You want to invert these, so you're going to use slime instead of honey, because they don't stick together. And it doesn't matter which one you use where, as long as they're just not the same. And you're going to make this, so now we have the bottom half of 3 flying machines, and then we'll want the top half over here, like that. And then you want to recreate this with the opposite block again, like this. And then we're going to make the walls of the elevator. And these aren't attached to any honey blocks. However, these blocks are, and they push all these together. So that's why this works. So let's build a quick platform. This is where the floor is going to be. We're going to bring this up 2 and put a button here. And then let's link this button down to the redstone dust. And this will activate all 3 of the flying machines at the same time. Dust, 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 dust 2. And then if we stand in here and press the button, we begin our ascent to enlightenment. And then you'll see if we were to activate all these at the same time, the whole thing goes back down together. Now it's very important to make sure you fire all 3 of these at the same time. You never want to mess with the blocks in front of these, because if anything goes wrong and one goes off at a different time than the other, they'll all get stuck together and you'll have to rebuild this. So what do we do if we're here and the elevator's there? We need a way to call it down with the same button. So let's get some dust and put it to the back over here. It's probably far enough. And you're going to make a tower of redstone torch blocks like this. And then you want to make sure the one on top is turned off. And then we'll link it to the pistons like this. And now if we're down here and press our button, see the signal go up and call the elevator back down. Ding. So now let's build the top layer. You're going to make another platform up here. With a button like that. And then we'll link this button around back to the pistons right here like this. And you want to make sure you put an observer here, and you'll see why later. But now we have another button from the top. Whee! So now what do you do if you're up here and the elevator's down there? You got to call it up here. So we're going to get a piston about here, make sure it's before the repeater, and then a block, and then an observer, and then a block, and you're just going to repeat this. And then at the bottom here, you'll want a piston facing down like this, And you're going to break all these blocks like this. Then you'll want an observer looking at where that piston goes. That points into a 2-tick delay repeater. And then you can just connect the redstone dust around this. It was inconveniently right in the way. And now if we're at the top and we press our button, signal goes down. It's once or twice. And then the elevator comes up here. And if we're at the bottom and press it, elevator comes down to us. Real simple. If you're in the bottom and press it, you go up in the elevator. And if you're at the top and you press it, you go down in the elevator. But don't worry, guys. There's more types of elevators coming in the future. I hope.